En Monterrey yo me encontré a una potranquita fina con una estampa si era usted. Ay, qué cosa tan divina. Bailar jalao le gusta más y camina de ladito. Como me gusta le separé todo mi corazoncito. Aunque ahora tiene su foto salvaje que le enseña lo que es el amor. Aunque no somos del mismo pelaje, la carrera del amor nos unió. Ámame, bésame, demuéstrame que aún sientes amor por mí.
All right, welcome, guys. Welcome to Serious Tejano. We are here. I'm back again. I know since 4th of July, we were doing a lot of stuff. We haven't been able to do things. Unfortunately, sometimes our communications with other artists or something always ends up happening. But we are here today on Thursday here at Serious Tejano. And I have an amazing person to do an interview today to get back to my rhythm, like what I was doing before. Again, I'm gonna have Mr. Ernie Gonzales. If you guys don't know who this guy, y'all gotta go check him out. He played with Grupo Alamo. He has his band Grupo Alamo. He's a producer, engineer. I mean, let's just say he does almost what everybody knows. Mr. Gable Zavala, Mr. Ernie does it. He's worked with them as well. I mean, what has not Mr. Ernie not done? I mean, we'll find out. We'll ask him. So I'm not gonna let him wait any longer. So Mr. Ernie, saludos all the way from Tennessee.
Yep, I'm in Nashville,
Nashville.
Tennessee at the
Nashville.
moment. Yeah.
Yes. Again, Ernie, thank you so much for doing this. It was a pleasure to have met you that day when we were out there for Stephanie Montiel's birthday bash, and I would watch all your stuff and stuff like that, but I never got the opportunity like to kind of approach you like we have. And man, you could, I mean, you have a lot of stuff to talk about, and really good, for artists and even radio people or people who are getting into the industry, just to know a
Mhm.
little bit of the, what do you call them, the tricks, the tricks,
Right.
the tricks, the good, the bad, whatever you want to call it. But Mr. Ernie, like I said, I'm really happy to do this. Thank you so much for doing this here with Serious Tejano.
My
Letting
pleasure.
people know a little bit about you, what you have done. We'll touch base on some of the artists you work with, but go ahead and give a little bit of your little, I guess, history of
My
yourself.
my bio, my
Yeah,
bio.
your bio.
No, I've been blessed to be in the Tejano music industry now for 30 plus years, so 3 decades worth. So, there's people that know me from work I've done in the 90s, and then there's new artists that are barely starting to discover who I am and what I do.
Hmm.
And that's the cool thing, to try to be relevant and stay relevant all these years. It's definitely not easy. It's a
I
struggle, and
bet.
it's work. You know what I mean? And work takes me all over the place for music, and I've been blessed to do music my whole life. Since the age of 7, it's when I started in this business. Me and my dad had a DJ company. We would do weddings and quinceañeras on the weekends, and then nightclubs during the week. So I would do like Wednesday through Sunday, from 7 years old all the way till the time I was about 13 years old.
Wow.
And so yeah, so that's kind of where I got the music bug a little bit, and then my family plays. My dad plays, my grandfather plays, my uncle sings. I have a lot of family members in the music business as well, so So it was gonna happen, I guess, regardless either way. And it was during that time where I was taking piano lessons and guitar lessons, and then we used to go see my grandfather play at the A&A Club in San Antonio, off of over by Lady of the Lake
Oh, okay.
University, and he used to have this accordion player that was blind, and it always like tripped me out when I was a little kid. Like, how does he know how to play? And there's a lot of buttons on that thing, Like, how does he
Yes.
know how to play that? And it always fascinated me. And by the time I was 13, I was kind of burned out on the DJ business. And we were at a friend of mine at my dad's friend's house, and they would always get together and barbecue on the weekends. And they would both. He played accordion, my dad played guitar, so they'd sing songs all the time.
Oh, okay.
And he saw that I kept staring at the accordion and I had an interest in it. He's like, "Hey, take it with you and try to figure it out." And he showed me a couple things on it, and after that, I took off. I think it was like 6 months later, less than a year later. I think I was playing with Culturas and showing up
Oh,
at their gigs and playing some songs and playing with all the local bands in San Antonio. And yeah, it didn't take long after that.
yes. And
And
if for some people that don't know, you do play accordion for
hmm
Grupo Alamo, and I
hmm
think you've even done a lot of well, talking about Culturas, you just did their album not too
hmm
long ago.
and
So,
that was super cool because they since I was like 13 years old, and I met their accordion player. I think it was at Market Square. They were playing at Market Square one day, Cantor Tovar, and he was like, "Man, if you need any help, call me. Here's my number." And I would blow up his phone all the time and bug him. And there was times he didn't answer. I said, "Man, I'm probably calling him too much." And we'd get together and he'd show me like the songs. Hey, we just recorded this song and this is how I played it. And so a little while later, he got sick and he couldn't make some of the gigs, and every once in a while I would go show up at the gigs and they'd call me up to play golpe and songs like that. So they knew I knew the songs like exactly like the way he recorded them.
yeah.
So they called me like, "Hey, can you fill in for these next few weeks?" I said, "Yeah." And so I would see them all the time. So I knew the dance moves, I knew the songs, like I knew the set. I was good to go.
I need
And
to go get a recording of that so I can put it out.
I do too, actually. There's only one that I know of, and it was a Johnny Canales show that we did a long time ago. And
Oh,
that's the only
wow.
one that I've been able to find with me playing with them from back then in the '90s.
Yeah.
And it was cool, and it just kind of went from there. I worked. Some of the guys wound up leaving Culturas at that time and started a band called Texas Latino,
Yes.
and they all knew me. And Candy went actually at that time with Texas Latino too, and he was there for a while. And when he couldn't make days, they would call me because they knew me from Culturas days, and they're like, he can cover the gig, he knows the songs. And I would hang
Yes.
out with him at the studio, and it just kind of built from there. And even back in the DJ days, like I would hang out at Rosedale Park on Thursdays for Tejano Thursdays, and that's where I met the Musicales, and I would hang out with David Lee and Papa Tony and Emilio and all that stuff, because Emilio used to work for a beauty supply store,
Oh, wow.
and my mom owned a salon at that
Oh, okay.
time, and so Emilio used to deliver the products to my mom's salon. And he would always have his Musicales jacket on, and then my mom's like, "You play the Musicales?" And she's like, "Yeah, you should bring him out. We're playing Thursday at Rosedale." And from then, we built a long, amazing friendship together. So,
That's really, really awesome to hear. Even to have that memory with Emilio. I mean, he's a great icon that left the
hmm
Tejano industry. I
I mean,
mean,
from I was 7 until the time he passed away, we stayed really close.
wow, that's really, really great. I mean, you talking about having that relationship with Emilio, how do you feel about his kids doing what they're doing right now?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I see the boys because the boys live like less than 10 minutes from where I'm at here in Nashville.
Oh,
And I
okay.
just I just saw them this past weekend in Vegas. And I love it. The boys are staying so busy, and they got their hands in so many hats, and I couldn't be happier for them, honestly, because they could do the Tejano thing, but they can do the country thing, and they can do the rock thing. They're great songwriters,
Yes.
and they're just doing a lot of stuff that people don't know about. They don't really see out there. And I'm all for them. They know I'm their biggest fan, so I'll always support them.
Awesome, awesome. Do you guys see anything in the future, maybe?
With the boys, oh, I don't know. With Emilio and Diego, I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. We'll see.
Yes, yes. Hey, you have the studio out there. Might as well, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, we've
yeah,
worked
so
together before. Because like Emilio recorded, Raulito recorded, I think one of his first albums at my studio in San Antonio, and Emilio actually did the drums on that. And
mhm.
so yeah, it's like we work together in different aspects.
So yeah, if you guys don't know about Mr. Ernie's studio out there, you are the CEO of the Real Tracks Studio.
Yeah, Real Track Studio.
All right. So if you guys right now, do you have people recording right now in your studio, or do you have
Yeah,
anything?
we do a lot of norteño stuff
Okay.
there at the studio. We have a great engineer. His name's Danny Fender, and he does a lot of projects at the studio right now. So we
Okay.
did a lot of stuff for, I mean, for like Maquinaria and La Energía, Con tu Primavera, Huracanes, Reileros,
Nice.
the Sons of Reileros, and like we just a lot. We've been blessed to do a lot of great projects there, and some Tejano stuff still. I opened that studio in 1999, so
Wow.
it's crazy to me that 26 years later, we're still going, and that's a whole like it's a whole another story right there too. Like the building that I am in now, right? I've been in that building since 2006, and
Mm.
one of the first studios I ever went to was that studio,
Oh
which was
wow.
Manny Guerra's old studio. So that's where they did a lot
Okay.
of all the Selena, like the big Selena albums,
Mhm.
Ram, Shelly Lattes, Texas Latino, Culturas, Hermanos Farias, like Oscar G, all that stuff was recorded there.
Yes.
And even some of the media stuff was there, done there. Ram, Jimmy Edwards. And I was like,
Yes.
man, I would always tell Manny, I was like, man, if I ever had a studio one day, yeah, I'd like it to be just like this. And like, unbeknownst, maybe it was like 15 years later, I think, and that's the place that I have. So,
Wow, that's great.
yeah.
Having having what's it called, a vision of what you want, and you end up
Hmm.
getting.
And then I always thought I would try to build one like this, maybe one day, but not. I never thought I would actually have and own that same place. That
Yeah.
place has a lot of history, like the Como la Flor and Amor Prohibido and all those songs were recorded there. Those two albums were recorded there in
Oh
that
wow.
building, and a lot of people don't know that. And I have a lot of the stuff that they had still. Like I have all the same microphones that they recorded those songs with back then. I have those same mics that Selena sang and a lot of, that all those other hits were made.
Yeah.
Juan Sabor from Manos Farias, Golpe Traidor from Culturas, all the Oscar G hits, all the Shelly Lattes hits. I mean, there's just countless other songs that were
Is
done
that
in
where
that
you did
place.
the La Mafia album too?
The Mafia album was live. That was in Monterrey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was live in
Nice.
Monterrey, and uh,
Yeah. Did
and
you
that was
did you do
crazy.
masters on those?
I winded up. I did all the recording for that record in
Okay.
Monterrey, and I actually mixed the show live in Monterrey.
Wow, that's good. I mean that.
Yeah.
I mean, I love hearing that one. Whatever they put out. I mean, whatever we're able to hear, right, that they put out there
Hmm.
on that album. And I mean, it's really, really good. I love hearing all the live stuff. It's just a
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
feeling. I mean, you feel like you're really there. So it's really, really good to hear all that stuff. And like I said, I mean, for the people that don't know, I mean, man, Ernie, you have such a great biography of the people you've worked with, your work, everything you've done. Like a lot of people, you're so. I guess I think I brought this up to one of my friends. Is the which you know as well. You're very humble to yourself. And not a lot of people
Hmm.
know the type of stuff you do, and if they
Yeah.
is because they know you. But
Yeah.
the ones that don't, I mean, go find out what I mean. To me, for the people that are starting, go find out what he does, guys. I mean, Ernie. I mean, like, I am so surprised in all the stuff you've done. Um, just when you told us, man, that you work with Martina McBride, I was just like, what? I was like, no way. Like, it's kind of, when you did say that, I was like, wow, you would think they caliber of what we call those gringos, what we call it, the ones that know it all or whatever. But to have
Yeah,
with your mind and your capability of what you do, I mean, some of the music she's put out there and stuff like that, it's your work.
yeah, yeah. I've been blessed. I've been with Martina now for like 7 years, going on 8 years. It'll be 8 years at the end of this year. And then for 10 years prior to that, I was with George Strait, and that's another huge blessing. And I've gotten to work with, um, you know, Leanne Womack and Joe Nichols and a bunch of amazing country artists. And that's kind of one of those things too. Like a lot of that stuff has happened in my life where it's just it. I'm here and I don't quite know how I got there, and things happened and fell into the right place at the right time,
Yes.
and I think what it is when the time came, like I was like, game on, let's go. I was
Yeah.
preparing myself all these years, and then the opportunity presented itself, and I took it,
Yes.
and I grabbed it by the horns, and I did my best, and that's what I still continue to do.
Yes.
Um,
And I know you work
yeah,
really well with really together with Juan Trevino as well. Like you guys have
that's
done
my
so much.
boy.
Yes, you guys have done so much stuff together. I mean,
Yeah,
you guys won a what is it? A
a Latin
Latin
Grammy
Grammy.
together.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so I mean, props to that. I mean, you even won, recording engineer for La Mafia at the Latin
Hmm.
Grammy. So I mean, you have so many achievements under your belt, like nominations. I mean, with the Culturas, with of course Grupo Alamo, with the Farias. I mean,
Hmm.
you even have stuff that you've done with Stephanie Montiel and
David Lee Garza. A lot of people don't know that me and myself and Percy produced the album for David Lee Garza.
wow, see, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
So,
So it's the
saludos
album.
to
It's
Mr.
called 2009. I think it's a
Oh, okay.
2009 album. So it has that No Fui Yo and Si Todo Está Bien. Um, what's the name of that song? Pasan los años is
How
on
can
that
you
record.
remember so many songs you've done?
It's weird. Like we could talk about any session that we've done these last like 25 years, and I can tell you
Uh-huh.
exactly what happened in those sessions. Like it's just burned into my brain. You know what I mean? And then there's
Wow.
some stories that I forgot about, and like Percy will say something. He's like, "Man, you remember in that session?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." And then he'll tell me the story, and I'll bust out laughing. I'm like, "Oh man, I forgot about that. That's hilarious," or whatever.
Yes.
But
Shout out to
yeah,
Mr. Percy out there doing his thing.
what's up,
If you
dog?
guys, if y'all don't know, Percy's like a homeboy from 10 miles away from
Oh yeah,
a big town called Big Wells.
Big
If you don't
Wells,
know,
Texas. I told Percy
so yes,
they need his face on this billboard coming into Big Wells like they have in
yes,
Uvalde for McConaughey and everybody else.
yeah, for like the Palominos, yes. But
We need
yes,
that in Big
saludos,
Wells, man. Yeah.
yes, and saludos to everybody else that's logged on. Saludos, thank you for tuning in. Again, Mr. Ernie, all the stuff that you've done, I know you're still working now. You're
Mhm.
still doing things and stuff like that. What? How was it when you moved from? I know you because you're out there in Nashville. How was the transition from San Antonio to being in Nashville?
I still live in San Antonio. My home is still there. But I'm in here. I'm here in Nashville. A lot. That I have a place here too, and I don't know. It's a little different, but not drastically different. There's a lot of culture here, and there's a lot of different types of culture. There's a big there's a big Indian scene. There's a lot of Mexicanos here. There's a lot of African Americans here. There's just so many, it's a big melting pot of cultures, and I don't think a lot of people know that. Um,
Yes.
so yeah, you can go to all different sides of town, and you'd be like, oh, I didn't know that was here. Or I didn't know that was here. And The food is definitely different. I miss the food back home for sure.
There's no Tex-Mex food out there, is there?
There's only one spot, and the people that own it, I love them to death. But they're from San Antonio también,
Oh, okay.
and the husband and the wife, they one was from the south side, one's from the west side, and they have a place here called Tempo, that's right down the street from my house, and so they do like the breakfast tacos in the morning, and then they have a coffee shop in there too. So it's thank God for them.
Right. It keep the that's a place you can call a little bit like home, right?
Oh yeah, because I mean they get all their ingredients and stuff shipped from San Antonio, so it's like
Well, nice.
yeah, I go in there in the morning, I'm like just for a minute, I can be like I'm back home. So
Right. But now, what I've seen, what you worked on and stuff like that, the culturas, man, you know, I love it. I love what you guys
thank
did
you,
with that.
thank you.
I mean, it took off. Once it got put out there, it took off real quick. A lot of people were waiting for the culturas to come back.
Yeah.
Um, when they saw it back and then they saw culturas, it's like, whoa, we're getting
Yeah,
our.
a lot of people don't know that we were supposed to do that record like 10 years ago. We had actually started it like 10 years ago. We had done like two or three songs. Oh, we had done like 3 or 4 songs actually that we had
Mhm.
started laying ideas down for it, and then it just kind of went away, and I was like, man, I wonder because, like I said, I have a long history with them, and even after Culturas, where D left the band, and it was just Delia y Culturas.
Yeah.
Like I played for many years just with Delia,
Hmm.
and so those people are like family to me. So it's like,
Yes.
man, one day I would love to do a record for them, and it finally got to happen, with D and Delia and a lot of the same original cast. Ricky was playing
Yes.
guitar, and our bass player, Angel played bass, Angel Flores played bass,
Yeah, it's good to
Larry
see the
Villanueva.
whole band together. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Ricky is a great family friend of my family, so I know Ricky for many years, playing with them, playing with Ricardo Castillon as well. And Delia is originally from Crystal City, but she lives in
Yep.
San Antonio. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Delia was here in Crystal City, she played a lot at this little place called the Crystal Ballroom. I don't know if you ever got
Oh yeah,
the opportunity to play there, Ernie.
I I played there. Bears,
Okay.
Tejano Country, Crystal Ballroom, Compest. Oh yeah, Compest. I played
Oh,
all those places.
nice. Well, see. So yeah,
Civic
yeah.
Center, Uvalde, the Purple Sage, all those places. Yeah.
Wow, the purple
Purple
stage has
Sage.
been like 25 years ago, or maybe
Oh yeah,
30.
you got to hit Mr. C's right
Hey,
there before he gets to the Purple
we're
Sage.
already saying our age, Ernie. We're already saying our age.
And then, I mean, my mom and I got on my mom's side of the family is from Uvalde.
Yes, yes.
So shout
Originally
out to
from
Uvalde.
yes. I wonder, is Ernestino Gonzales related to you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, they say they're listening, so I thought he was related to you. So
Oh, yeah. Those are my folks.
there you go. They're
There
on
you go.
watching. Saludos, saludos to all
Shout
the
out to the
Tobalde family. Yes, I have
shout out
family
to
out
the
there, and
parentals.
yes, I have family out there. They used to have a restaurant called Mr. C's.
Yeah.
They still have that restaurant.
Oh
They're
yeah.
my family members. So, saludos to all my primos out there too, and everything, and everybody that's logging in. Thank you so much. Yeah, y'all can ask Ernie questions. Just don't get too personal. But y'all can ask her.
That's
He's
fine.
an open book. He says he's an open book. but
Yeah,
but
that
no,
was
yeah.
fun.
So what else do you have working on for you? Like, what else do you plan to do that you feel
Well,
like
we
you haven't done?
just finished, and put out my Teddy Martinez's album, Y
Yes,
Grupo
that was a
Oro.
good
So that one was tough. Teddy was part of our team. We had a great team for a long time, and we still do. It was like Teddy and Percy, and there's a lot of people who make up the team at Row Records, and even with Alamo, and we've done this for a long time, and a lot of people really don't know it, and a lot of people say, man, you don't say enough about what you do. And I was like, I'm not one of those people. I don't like bragging about myself. I'm
Yeah.
not that person. I'm blessed to do what I do with the talent that God gave me, and I'm cool with that. I'm good. And
Yes.
But a lot of people say, no, man, you need to say, you need to put it out there. And I'm like, I don't know. That's just not who I am. And, uh, and so, a lot of people don't know that Teddy and I used to mix all the records that would come through the studio and all the stuff that we produced. Like we mixed albums together for 20, 22, 23 years together.
Yes.
So we did a lot of work, the David Lee record, all the Alamo records, Miguel Hernandez records. I mean, this list goes on and on and on and on of
Yes.
stuff that we did together. Juan P. Moreno and Ruben de la Cruz y su conjunto. I mean, there's so many records that we've done together. And so, like, we're really looking forward to his second album coming out. And, and I had to finish it without him. So it was tough.
Yes, yes. I mean, you guys did, like I said, I think I even cried with the song he wrote to his parents.
Oh, yeah.
That one got me. I was like, I
Yeah.
was like, imagine me feeling that way. Imagine how they felt, hearing that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that album itself was hard for you guys.
Well, they actually, his parents never got to hear that song because they both passed.
Yes.
So, and the toughest part about that is that was the very last song we recorded.
Oh wow!
So the very last thing, if you've heard that song, the very last thing he says is oh God, I just went blank on it. Like this is not goodbye, but I'll see you later.
Yes, yes.
That's the last thing he said.
Yes, it was.
That's the last thing we recorded. Yeah.
Yes, I kind of want to give a shout out to everybody that's on. I just saw your buddy, your best friend Juan Trevino get on.
Juanito. Yeah, we just got back from Vegas a few days ago.
Yes, you know what? I saw some of the stuff you guys did. I mean, it's always a party, right? When they do that type of event, right? When the Tejanos take over and stuff like that. But I mean, this year it was a really great outcome, just like the other years. But man, there were so many Tejanos there, like a lot more Tejanos from what I've seen in the past, and everybody was just afraid how it was gonna turn out because of everything that's going on, right? But man, the people showed up. They really showed up.
Yeah.
The talent.
They always have a good crowd there, and the show's always done really well.
Yes,
so I mean, shout out to David and Sarah for always putting on a good event.
Yeah, they had great talent out there. I mean, some of the people that were out there that I was able to capture and see. I mean, great outcome. Since Scotty's on, Scotty, next year we're going to Vegas. So you better start putting that in your calendar.
You gotta do it.
we've been saying we want to go, and always something comes up. So yes, I've been wanting to do the Vegas thing. So hopefully next year we could definitely do that. I mean, you being there, Ernie, what is the first thing we think we should do besides not gambling? But what is it?
Well, first and foremost, you're going to work. Es para trabajar.
Yes.
But after 5, that's another story. You know what I mean? So, you gotta. Yes. I mean, you gotta get. Vegas is fun. I love Vegas. Anytime I get a chance to go, I'm always down to go. There's always a lot of fun things to do there. And everybody's like, oh, the strip, and the strip is great, right? The strip's fine. Mm-hmm. Old Vegas, Fremont Street is cool too, but there's a lot of other cool stuff in Vegas to do besides the strip. So.
Yes.
So make sure you check out the local scene as well.
Too bad we can't go check out the Backstreet Boys concert.
At the Sphere, yeah.
At the Sphere, but no. What I saw, like I said, I know you're out there to work and do mm-hmm. what you guys do. I think they even have a different convention around that time, right?
They usually do promotores.
Yes, that one.
Earlier in the week is promotores. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I just thought that's why you were out there.
No, I've actually never done the promotores event. So.
Well, they will hopefully soon.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, definitely. The promotores they do like 3 or 4 times a year, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I hear a lot of our friends.
If I miss one, I can catch another one. That's for sure.
Yes, and like I said, the work that you've done, I mean, it doesn't go unnoticed. I mean, like how you say you're real shy, really don't put it out there, but Yes, I'm gonna put you out there. You guys go check out all the stuff he's done. He has done a lot of music you have no idea about. I didn't even know about only to an extent. So, I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, Ernie, man, you're so talented. And you being the person you are, and you're so true to yourself and humble. I mean, this is why you're so successful, and this is why you're going where you're going. The opportunities have opened up for you. Doors are opening up for you. And
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
whatever else, how they say, cualquier camino God gives you, take it
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
life's short. Life's short, so
Very.
blessings to you and everything that you do. To all the people you work with, I mean, you work with some amazing people, and
Hmm.
even those people themselves are so down to earth. I think
Hmm. Yeah.
I heard Mr. George Strait gonna give back to the community of Kerrville. So,
Hmm.
props to him. He's just so humble as well, and like what you
He's a
work
good one.
with. The people you work with are the same way as you. They're so humble. They love to work. They're driven. So it works. It works when you have that chemistry. So all props to you and everything that you do. Um, every time
Yeah,
I hear
I've been
something,
blessed
I'm
because
always,
the
that's
music has
Ernie's
given
work.
me. Yeah. And it's funny, like a lot of people that have followed like Alamo for a long time and are little familiar with what I do, like they notice like, hey, you did that record right because it's got that sound that you have, and like, and I was like, wow, you actually noticed that or whatever. But I mean, I guess I do. I have a particular way I like things to sound or things to hear. I'm always trying new stuff and I'm always trying to do outdo my last project or whatever.
Yes.
And I'm always trying to get to do the best because people spend hard earned money on going to buy the record or paying every month to their streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't take that stuff for granted. I don't take that lightly because they could spend that money on somebody else or pay for the downloads for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I always try to do it to where whatever they get from us or that comes out of row is the
Mm-hmm.
best that it can absolutely be. And that's what I strive for. And if you followed us, like we started Grupo Alamo in 1993 is when we
Mm-hmm.
started Alamo. So 30 was it 32 years now. Jesus,
I'm telling you, we keep giving our age
I was
out
a little
here.
pollito back then. No.
But no,
I'm
so
dating myself. I'm dating myself now, giving my age
jeez.
away.
But yeah, you still have the same guys. You have Mark, you have Percy, you have Juan, you have yourself. Um,
My dad,
your dad's in the band as well.
yeah, he plays guitar. Yeah,
Oh, nice, nice.
yeah.
Um,
We've had three vocalists with Alamo. We had the first vocalist we had was Roger Garcia, and he was with us from like 1993 to like 1999.
mhm.
And then our next vocalist came in. It was Tom Esquivel, and he was like maybe 2000 to like 2009. And
Yes,
so he recorded like the Hello Baby Doll version, that song that we have, and Perfume es Mujer, and Regresarás, and Volveremos en el Amor, bunch of those songs. That was Tom
yes,
Esquivel on the vocals, and then after that, Mark came in like 2010.
yes,
But
yes.
Mark's actually been a part of us for a long time. I mean, he was recording even on the second record that we put out in our first album came out in 1998, and then our second record came out in 2003. And Mark was already like singing on that record. He would do all the background vocals on all of our records because
Wow.
that's just kind of another story of like Markel and myself working together because I used to play with his band Conexión
Okay.
and all that. But
So
you
that's how
know,
that came about then.
yeah, and it's funny the first time we all met, I want to say it was like 90, 94, 94, 95, somewhere in there. We all did a battle of the bands,
Oh wow.
right? At Mission County Park. And and the first place contestant got a recording contract with Sony Records. The second place got a contract with Freddie Records, and third place got a contract with Voltage. And Elida was with Voltage at that time. They had just done Luna Llena. I mean, yeah, Luna Llena and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we were all at these battle of bands. There was a bunch of bands. So at that time, Mark's band wasn't called Conexión. It was called the Barrio Band,
Oh, okay.
and they got first place. Second place was a band called Potente, which we became friends with for a long time, and
And they're
they did.
still doing their thing.
They're still doing their thing, yeah, yeah. And so like we all would hang out back then, and then third place was us. We got the contract with Voltage. But
Wow.
yeah, from that time, like we just stayed in touch. And I remember Mark called me one day. He's like, "Hey, dog." He goes, "I don't know if you remember me from the Battle of Bands." I said, "Yeah, man, what's up?" He said, "Man, I got a gig, dog. I need you on accordion." I said, "Cool, man, I'll be there." And then that's kind of where we all like hooked up. You know, we've all had the people I'm surrounded with and that I work with all the time. I've had decades of friendship and relationships with, and
Yeah.
we know each other really well. Like we know what you know what we like, what we don't like, all that kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's funny
And
because when we were doing Teddy's record, um, I work a lot with Sinaway Alsanak in Dallas to do keys and stuff like that.
mhm.
And I was busy or something, and I told Teddy, "Hey, call Sinaway and y'all can go over the song and figure out how you want the song to go or whatever." And he was like, "All right." And then so he was talking to Sinaway, and he's like, "Yeah, I wanted to do this and that." And since like, "Man, I don't know, man. I don't think Ernie's gonna go for that." And he's like, "Man, he wanted to do that." I said, "Dude, let him do what he wants to do. It's cool." I said, "All right, cool." So they all know. I was like, "Yeah, I think Ernie likes it to go a certain way." And it's like, so it's
Well,
funny
see,
that we're all just like that,
yes, yeah, and that, like I said, you having that connection and that great relationship, and they knowing you like that is it's so
Mm-hmm.
great to have, because that's the only way it can work. A lot of
Yeah.
people can be just doing it, and then you don't really see that chemistry. You don't see
Mm-hmm.
the work. Sometimes you could do the work, but the work kind of like lacks. So you're like,
Mm-hmm.
you tried, but there was no chemistry within the two. So, I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, that stuff that you've done, I mean, great stuff. The Teddy, album was amazing. The Cultura album is amazing. Your Grupo Alamo music, I mean, great music.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I know.
I love a lot of the Miguel Hernandez stuff that we've done.
Oh yes, Miguel.
That Life
Saludos
and
to
Lyric
Miguel. He's
record is.
actually on. Saludos, Mr. Miguel.
Oh, is he? Hey, what's up, Mick? What's up, Miguel?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, like
Miguel.
the Life and Lyric record's one of my favorite ones that we've done. That Siempre Contigo and Color Esperanza and all the songs. Like
Yes.
it was funny, those sessions were fun and
Yes, it's always
you
fun
know
to
fun
see
and
Miguel.
trying.
Yes, yes. And, like how you say, Ernie, I mean, some of the people that you work with, I know just because I used to follow him. Like, well, Miguel, I know him for a while. I guess you can call it like a groupie back in
Hmm.
the day or whatever. Our their old drummer for La Diferencia was Edward from Del Rio, and Miguel
Hmm.
worked
Yeah.
with Richard. So that's how I met Miguel. So I mean, he's a great talented guy as well. I mean,
Oh, he's awesome. He's
yes,
awesome.
he has a great mindset of what he wants as well. The stuff that he's put out there, great recordings. It's good to know that you've worked with some of his stuff that he has put out. I mean,
Oh
like I
yeah.
said, you do have like a signature, and we're not gonna give the detail what it is. Once you hear his music and the music he's done, you'll know. You can pick up on it real quick. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you know, you know.
I think we did 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 of the Miguel's records. So it was like
Nice.
his second album from Después de Mucho, and then we did Life and Lyric, and then we did, oh my god, it was like 2 or 3 more after that. I kept the album titles are slipping my head right now, but yeah, we did like 4 or 5 of those records. But man, they were always fun. And Miguel is such a wonderful talent, and he's
Mhm.
another one of those artists that I met. He was still living back in Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
and when I was touring with Culturas and Texas Latino, they had a band, and like they would open up, um, like for us when we would play there and stuff, and that's our I think it was or then I used to tour a lot with Johnny Martinez back in the day in Grupo Bravo.
Oh,
We
okay.
used to do a lot of the Midwest stuff, and that's how I
Yes.
hooked up with a lot of these people. And then when they wanted to move into San Antonio, we would play together and record together.
Yes. And like I said, like all the stuff that you've done, and how you said, yeah, hey, they know your style. Hey, like I said, you
Hmm.
pick up on it, and it's just like any producer that puts music out there. You'll hear the little hinge of like the keyboard, the accordion, or a beat. There's a beat, some type of beat that you'll pick up and be like, oh, this is Sevi. Oh, this is Gabriel,
Hmm.
or this
Hmm.
is Ernie. And it's awesome to know that you guys have like a signature. Like they can pick up on it, and if you can, then you have a great year. Because I remember
Yeah,
uh, hearing telling Gabriel one time, I was hearing a song. I go, "Hey Gabe, did you record this?" He's like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" I go, "It's something about that damn accordion. I don't know.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have that
yeah,
beat." So
yeah.
he's like, "Oh yeah, that's me." And I was like, "Yeah."
Hmm.
So like I said, it's really good if you can pick up on that. I mean, before I did it, now that I started to do this with the music and stuff, you start
Yeah,
picking up on little things, little traits here and there, and you know, like I told you, with the stuff that you've done, um, I can't wait to hear more of Martina McBride stuff. Um, just to hear the different style, right? Because Tejano has
hmm,
its own style, but to hear country rhythms now, I want your intake on this. A
okay,
lot of the Tejanos are doing some country rhythm to Tejano rhythm.
yeah.
How do you feel how it's transitioning together?
Well, I mean, it's not anything new, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, like we did a song with Juan Trevino like 5 years ago, and we used players here in Nashville. We did the cumbia with steel guitar. But if you go back to the '70s when Jimmy Edwards did Memories and all that
Mm,
stuff, that's all steel guitar. Little Joe had steel guitar in his albums for years in the '80s, late '70s. Um, you listen to David Lee, 1392. There's steel guitar and Cabello Salucero.
oh,
So bringing the steel guitar into the Tejano world, it's not anything new. The thing that is new again, um, is there's a big jump in a big break into the country world and the Latino world are kind of meshing together, and that's
mm-hmm.
a big thing. And we started doing that in the '90s with Emilio and Rick Trevino and the Texas Tornadoes and Super Seven and all those artists like that. Los Lobos, there's a
Oh
bunch of
yeah.
band, there's a bunch of artists back then and that were doing it, and now you're seeing this big wave of artists starting to that are Latinos, like, hey, I want to do country stuff,
Yeah.
or let's mix it, and more power to them. You know,
Yes.
just
Yes.
do it
And
for the right. I'm just gonna say it, and I'm not trying to be any kind of way about it. I'm just gonna be real about it. Just do it for the right reasons.
yes. Yes. And then, like I said, there are some that you've heard. I mean, I have heard, and I'm like, not to judge, but it is kind of judging. I'm
Yeah,
just like, yeah, no, it's not gonna work.
yeah.
But
Don't just do it
everybody
because
has
it's a
its own.
trend.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it because it's a trend. And I'm not calling anybody out, but there's artists that I've seen and they were never proud of their Latino background,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden now that they're in doing the country thing, like all they talk about is their Latino background, and I'm like, well, where has this been for years and years and years?
Yes.
And you never wanted to have anything to do with this side of the music or that side of the music, and you never would even tell anybody that you were had Latino roots, and now all of a sudden I want to put it all out there because I'm putting these songs out, and I'm seeing that more and more, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
like it. I don't like that. That's me personally, though. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion. I think
Yeah.
if you're gonna do it, you know, people are gonna know if you're fake, and that
Hmm.
and that goes with any style of music. Like if it's not from here, and it's not real, it doesn't connect with people.
Yes, definitely.
Um, you know, Manny Guerra told me something a long time ago, and I take that to heart all the time. And it's something that I've done, and I just never really noticed it until he pointed it out. And he's like, it doesn't matter what kind of music that you do or you record or you produce, or he goes, whatever you do is you always have to keep the pulse of the people in mind when you're working on music. Um, the cultura of the people, the pulse of the people, like what touches them,
Yeah.
and that's keeping it real.
Yes. And talking about the music, Mr. Ernie, how do you get inspired sometimes to do the type of music you do and the writing that you do?
Stuff in the real world. Like I wish I could write more. I've only like I'll say wrote, but actually I would start them, or I had ideas and I would tell like Markel, or I would tell Juan, or my great friend Roger Contreras that has passed away now.
Yeah.
He wrote like Entre Cantina y Cantina and
Yes.
Poquito a Poco from David. He wrote some great songs, from Ram and David Lee and a bunch of artists, and so I would get these songs started, or I would tell them the idea or the story that I had, and they would, okay, I know where you want to go, and so we would do these songs together. I wish I could write and like do that all the time, but that's a whole nother gift that
Another.
God didn't give me.
Yes.
I'll
Yes.
give that
And
to the professionals.
yes. And like I said,
But
I know everybody
just
gets
real
their
life,
own.
real
I
life
know.
is what inspires me.
Yeah, and I know like a lot of people get inspired by certain, triggers of what happens in their life personally,
Yeah.
or just, I know a lot of people say, oh, well, I was watching this, while I was watching that, I could hear this type of sound or this type of thing, and then I just started writing whatever came to mind at the
Hmm.
time. So,
Yeah.
everybody gets inspired in certain ways, and like I said, like yourself, you doing what you're doing, being an engineer, you mix and master some of the musics and stuff like that. Like you doing all that, do you still have time to do what you're doing with Grupo Alamo?
Yeah. That's been the case ever since I opened my studio in 1999. It's like I opened the studio so I could do my stuff. So I had a place to do my stuff, right?
Yeah.
And when people found out I had a studio, they said, "Oh man, you have a studio? Can you record us, or can you record this vocal?" I was like, "Yeah." And then the word kept getting out, and by the time I knew it, like I was supposed to finish the Alamo record in the next month, and 2 years later, I hadn't finished it yet. You know what I mean? Because I was blessed to just have a lot of work, and it's still kind of that case. I always say we're like on the 4 or 5 year plan. And I said, but it's better than the Michael Jackson plan, because Michael Jackson did like an album every 10 years. So we're not that bad yet, but I always say we're like on the 4 or 5 year plan, because it's like we did an album in '98, and then 2003, and then 2008, and then was it 20? That was 2009, and then 2014, and then 2018, and 22, and so it kind of has a 4 or 5 year gap. But so we're getting
Yes.
close to the new one, I guess. It's about that time.
Yes.
The last one
It's
came out
getting
in
there.
22. So,
Yes, it's getting there.
but yeah,
So
that's my next focus now, is finishing up, because we have it, we've started it, we've been working on it for about a year, and so we have songs going already for the next Alamo record.
nice.
So little
So
by little.
So talking about that, do you guys still play now? Like, is there a way they can start looking for you guys, book
Yeah,
you
I mean,
guys, and
they
stuff like
they
that?
can always call us to do performances or bookings. They can go straight to our website, which is www.grupoalamo.net, or they can hit us up on all the socials. We have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, um, and it's just Grupo Alamo or Grupo Alamo Band is what
Mhm.
it is on there. They can
So,
definitely hit us up there.
you don't have a promoter or anything. It's just basically you yourself, your platforms and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's kind of the way it's always been. Like we've always done it ourselves. We've never been with like a major label or any kind of record label. It's always been us independent.
Okay.
And I remember when we first did our first record in 1998,
Mm-hmm.
we recorded at a studio called Melody Ranch, which was basically the home of Tejas Records at that time.
Yes.
So Elido was there, and Intocable was actually recording that Melody Ranch at that time too. Shelly was there at that time, and so we did our first record there, and we had already been playing for like 4 years, something like that, 3 years, 4 or 5 years, I don't know, somewhere in there. And so like at that time for us, I think we spent like $10,000 on that record, and 98. I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean, that's a lot of money now,
Yes.
right? So, and I was like sitting in the studio looking around, and I'm like, man, this is kind of what we do. This is kind of what I do live, but we're inside the studio. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I have that microphone, and I have that microphone, and I have that, and I have that, and I have this, and I have that. I need that. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna find out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
by the time by the time that record came out, I said, yeah. I said, from now on, we're gonna do it ourselves. I can do this.
Yeah.
And I ordered a bunch of stuff. A few months after we got done with that record, and it was.
It took
I
off.
think it was maybe 6 months later that I opened the studio. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah. So,
yeah,
so talking about your studio, is there a way they can contact you on that if you have
yeah,
availability?
yeah. Most definitely. We have the studio has its social media pages. It's Real Track Studio in San Antonio, REEL, like a tape reel.
Okay.
And then also the Row Records label, which is actually my label that we have, that we've been on for a long time, and some of the other artists have been on for a long time. It's all in one. It's all housed in the same building, and
Yes.
they could contact us there through our social medias,
Yes. So you
or on
got
my page. They can send me a message too.
yeah. So in that studio you worked out in Nashville, what is it called?
It's called Blackbird Studio. I'm actually in here right now. So.
Yes. So you guys, for people that are from Nashville, whatever, and need a recording studio, reach out to them. You can
Blackbird
record there.
Studio. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some of the videos that Ernie has put of how it looks. It's an amazing studio. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
really
it's
big. It has a lot
probably
of stuff.
one of the biggest in the world, that
Yes.
has everything you could possibly want. It's just an amazing facility, and we actually got to do. Juan loves coming over here to record. We do a lot of stuff with Juan Trevino here, and it was funny when we did. Teddy did a lot of the vocals here. I do a lot of the Alamo stuff here now. When D came, we had to recut some of D's vocals for the Culturas record. And I said, man, I can't get back to San Antonio. He's like, well, I'll go to Nashville. And he came over here for a couple of days. He's like, dude, I'm never going to cut vocals anywhere else but this place. He's like, it's amazing. And I was like, yeah, I know, man. This place is unbelievable.
Yes, and like I said, I mean, you've been blessed, and everything that you're doing. I mean, at least the people that do are connected to you. Your stuff doesn't go unnoticed, and I mean, there's so much growth still for you, Ernie. That I mean, I can't wait to see what else you put out
Mm-hmm.
there. So whatever comes your way, whatever you have out there, send it to us. We're gladly to put it out here and give it its spins, and then just hopefully picks up by everybody else and gets the airplay that it needs.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. Percy and I talk about it a lot, and we're like, man, maybe we're just one of those groups, and the music that we do is like it maybe it just won't get discovered till later. Yeah. You know how like there's a lot of artists uh, Steve Jordan was always great, but he really didn't get the recognition he deserved until years later.
Yes.
And I was like, maybe we're one of those bands. I don't know.
And you know what? You guys, you have such a great talent of guys in the
Oh yeah,
group. Like I mean, some of the music, some of these people don't even know it's actually you guys
yeah,
performing the songs. It's just that you hear it, but you're like, who is that? because I know I've done
Yeah.
that before with other music, and then when I hear it, I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, and then I started listening. I'll start listening to other songs that are on the album, and you're like, where has this been? It's just, of course, it gets hidden, or it doesn't get the
Hmm.
recognition, like you said. It doesn't get the airtime, the airplay and stuff like that. So, you know, like I said, Ernie, we're like we tell this to every artist, every person out there. We're yes, we are a small station, but we're here to give people opportunities, and even if we play you once, twice, we put you out there.
It's
Uh,
something. Yeah.
I know a lot of people say, "Oh, well, it doesn't sound right." Yes, but if we can play them once, and if it takes off, it takes off. There's some music I hear out there, and I'm like, really? They let that? I'm sorry, that shit out there. You know. So yeah, it's just it just depends on the crowd. I mean, the people change, the
Oh
rhythms
yeah.
change.
Yeah.
The people, the way they like their music now, it's so different from back in the days. I know my stuff, like I love to hear a lot of cumbias, cumbia
Hmm.
ranchera, cumbia whatever, but I love the old style. I love
Yeah.
the style of mafia music. David Lee Garza's style that it was back in the day. Tropa F, all that type of music. It can still work now. It's just they
Yeah.
have to tweak it here and there, but it still works. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you guys put out there. Like the Grupo Alamo music it's now, but it has that flair of what it was back then. So
Yeah.
this is
It's the
why,
hybrid
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah, and
And it's crazy because a lot of the guys and people here in Nashville love it. They love it
yeah,
because like I'll be on tour with different bands or whatever, and they'll be like, "Man, so what is that? What is the Spanish style like? Is it like a mariachi type thing?" I'm like, "No, not at all." And then they'll listen to it, and they'll be like, "What is this? Like we've never heard any kind of style of music like this before," and that's all it takes, and they love it. And
mm-hmm,
it's funny, a lot of those guys have wanted a recording like on the last Alamo record. Like
mm-hmm.
we've gotten some of the guys from Martina to play on the Alamo stuff. Um, my buddy Jeff King plays guitar for he's been with Reba McEntire and Brooks and Dunn forever, and he played a couple songs on the Alamo this last Alamo record. Kyle Everson did the steel. He was Martina's steel player for a long time. Um, Lonnie Wilson did like background vocals, and he played drums and sang on one of Teddy's songs, and he sang on some of our songs.
Wow,
And he's the he that guy is the most amazing person you could ever meet, and he has like 400 number one songs that he's played on from Neon Moon to Boot Scoot Boogie to Jesus Take the Wheel to tons of Rascal Flats hits, and I mean the list goes on and on. And that
yeah,
guy is the most humble person and gentle person you could ever meet, and that's what's different about Nashville for me.
mm-hmm,
Um, people a lot. I don't like talking about the Tejano industry because I don't like to. I always try to shed a positive light on it, right?
yeah,
And I'll just say that when I got to Nashville and growing up, coming up through the Tejano music, not a lot of people helped you along the way. I was blessed that the people from the Culturas took me in, the Musicales, Emilio, Texas Latino, a bunch of people, right?
mm-hmm,
But engineer wise, when I started the studio, no, only one person, only one person, and that was Joe from Blue Cat Studios in San Antonio, because my studio was maybe a mile or two away from his downtown,
okay,
and he like right when I opened up like that week, he called me. He's like, "Comparito, I heard you got your studio, man." He goes, "Man, that's so awesome, dude." He goes, "Bro, if you need anything, if you need a microphone or if you need this," he goes, "You know where I'm at," because I had known Joe for a long time. He goes,
yeah,
"I'm right down the street." He goes, "You just come get it." Or if you overbook or you double booked and you need a place, he goes, "If I'm free, I'll do it for you." And he was the only person to call me to say that.
wow, nice.
Yeah.
Those are the ones you appreciate more.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, you know, doing the musician thing in the Tejano industry was tough, and it still is. The business is tough. So, like when I got to Nashville, And even before I came to Nashville, just meeting a lot of the people from here, a lot of them are very giving of what they have.
Mhm.
Uh, you could ask them anything, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, sure. What do you want to know?" Or "How did you play this?" "Oh, like this." And then they'll sit down with you and show you and make sure you have it the way they had it, or
Mhm.
hey, if you need it, take it and just bring it back when you're done. Um, and that really, really caught me off guard. Like I was like, "Whoa, what is happening?" And no, I'm serious. Like my
Wow.
guard like went up right away. I'm like, "Whoa, like I'm not used to this. So what am I gonna have to do in return for this?"
Yeah.
And that's the bad parts of the industry that I had to carry that a lot of people have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people have that, and I'm glad that I've been able to let a lot of that go over
Mhm.
the years that I've been here, and I just come to find out that that's just the way a lot of the people are here. They're like, I can tell you exactly how I did everything on this record, or every piece of gear that I used to get that sound, and I'm gonna give you everything, and it's gonna sound totally different. I'm not worried about you taking my job. I know what I can do, but you're gonna
Yeah.
do it how you're gonna do it,
Yeah.
and that's great because we need more, differentiality. We need more different things to listen to.
Yeah.
I don't need another carbon copy of myself,
Yeah. And
and
that's
and that's the biggest difference.
yes. And it's good that you're giving us that insight because not a lot of people know that unless
No,
you're there to
unless you're there.
actually experience it. And I mean, you're doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
I think there's other artists out there. If I'm not mistaken, I think Jimenencio's out there as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think he's still here. I'm not sure if he is. I haven't seen him in a while. But yeah, I would see him mentioned out here too every now and then.
Is there any other people out there that you know that were in the Tejano industry and kind of transitioned to what you're doing or doing something a little bit in the Nashville area
Um,
or something?
well, yeah. I mean, we've got Emilio Diego. We got Rigo
Rigo. Oh,
Navaira.
that's right, Rigo. I just heard. Yes.
Yeah, Rigo's moving over here. Mike Aguilar is here all the time
Oh, yeah,
now.
Mike. Yes.
Percy's here a lot now too. Of course, Juan Trevino's here a lot, but he lives in Houston still, but he's here a lot. And the guys here love him out here at Blackbird. They love him. And who else? I'm so happy for like some of the guys I used to work with Mafia. It was my other tocao, Ernest Guzman. He would do lighting and sound stuff for Mafia when I used to be with Mafia back in like 2018, 2019.
Hmm.
And now he's out here working, doing a lot of stuff for some companies here in Nashville. So he was out with Janet Jackson these past couple of years. He was out with George Strait stuff. He was out on the Beyonce stuff, and he's been out doing some really cool things. And I love to see that. Love to
Yeah.
see that.
Yes, and I think I just saw you también with one of the mafia guys in Vegas, right?
Yeah, yeah. They actually like they just had a show that was like kind of random. It wasn't part of the Vegas Tejano thing at all. They were at the House of Blues and
Oh,
so
that's right.
yeah. So we got to spend time with them and go hang out with all the guys. And I hadn't seen the guys in a little while.
Wow.
And I was like, hey, I think it's been about a year exactly since we
Wow.
all saw each other.
Yes. But you know what, Ernie? A lot of the things that you kind of hit the nail with that a lot of people don't get to hear or
Hmm.
actually even experience it. And you gave a lot of good pointers on what's going on and the little things that are different when you transition from whatever you've done to what
Hmm.
you're doing. And I, I mean, I love, I can probably sit down and talk to you even longer just
Oh,
to know everything you kind of experience or you've done and stuff like that. And I think we can probably get that from a lot of the industry folks that been in the game for a long time. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure we would sit with Shelly or Steph or
oh yeah,
even
yeah,
Juan Trevino or Valderrama, all of them. Like I'm pretty sure they could tell us a lot of stuff that they
yeah.
experienced, and a lot of people. don't know about it. For those new artists that are coming up, what kind of feedback can you give them, or what kind of advice can you kind of shed light on, or what for them?
Just be real. You know what I mean? Be authentic. Um, don't jump on the trend things because trends come and go. You know, real music, music that's from the heart, music that touches people. That's what lasts decades. You know,
Yes.
and I don't go necessarily into an album thinking, oh, I want to make music that's gonna outlive me. That you can't think like that. You know, you
Yeah.
just try to go in there and do what the song's gonna do because if you have a great song by a great songwriter, the song's gonna tell you where to go. The
Hmm.
song's gonna say, I need this, I don't need that there. I may be playing too much because I'm covering up something important in that song. I need to take that out. I need to let the song say what it's going to say and take us where it's going to take us. And if you cover all that stuff up with accordion stuff or keyboard stuff or whatever, and you drown out those lyrics that are really strong, that's going to touch somebody, then that song's not going to get to the person it needs to get to. And that's the kind of stuff that stays around for a long time. You know, when those songs can touch people. A lot of people told us back in the day when in the '90s, like when the Colombiana cumbias were really starting to hit and really starting to come out. We used to go to a lot of radio stations, and they, hey man, you got to do a Colombiana cumbia. You got to do one of those cumbias on your next record because everybody's doing it. I said, nah, I don't think so. They're like, why? Everybody's doing it. I said, I don't play that way. That's not who I am. And if I do it, it's gonna sound fake. And if I
Yes.
do something, I want it to be authentic and real because I want it to be like if Colombiana players hear it, I want them to be like, dude, that's legit. You know, that's the right
Hmm.
way to do it. Not like nombre este güey está bien mamón, he doesn't even play it right. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want that. So like that's why when I want like, man, I wish we could get like somebody to play this type of part, like that I heard on a Michael Jackson song or
Hmm.
whatever on a country song. Like I'll try to find out who played that and I'll go get that player to play it because
Yes.
that's the sound I want. And if those people are still around and they're still alive, then I'm gonna go find them. I love the way Michael Jackson's record sounded, and you know the guy that's been mastering all the Alamo records these last 10 or 12 years. You know, is the same guy that used to master Michael Jackson's records and Shaka Khan records, and he did all the NWA records and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and all that stuff. But you know, if there's certain things that people hear and certain sounds they want, go to the people that did those songs.
Yeah.
Don't tell somebody, hey, can you make this person sound like that? Like that person. Can you make me sound like the way this person? I want their sound. Well, go to them.
Yeah.
People used to hire me in the studio to produce songs for them, and they're like, "Hey, can you make it sound like so and so producer?" And I was like, "No, we're gonna stop right now." I said,
Not even gonna
"That
start.
that person is a great friend of mine, and he's alive and he's not dead. And please, if that's the sound you want, please go to them. I'll
Yeah.
even call them for you." I said, "I do what I do. They're great at what they do, and I'm not here to take work from anybody. You know, if you
Yeah. I
want to
agree.
vibe with me, then we vibe, and you know, I don't try to sound like anybody. I don't, anything like that. So
Yes.
I love the way I love and appreciate all the work that my friends do. They spent years on their craft creating their sound and how they like to do things, and that's not for me to take that away from them.
Yeah.
So I love what they do. I listen to all of it. I listen to Zavala stuff. I listen to Blue Cat. Years of Manny Guerra, years of Joey Lopez, uh,
Yes.
um,
Great
Gilbert.
man.
You know, Velasquez. Everybody, all those people. They built a great track record of work, and they all have a sound, and that's what they do.
Mhm. Yes. And you know
So
what?
be
I like
that
like
was a long explanation. I'm sorry,
no, no. It's
but for the
all
new
good.
artists, yeah, just be real. You know, do what's natural, come from the heart, and you'll end up at the right spot.
Yes, yes. And like I said, this is why you're where you're at, and this is why the respect is there for you. I'm pretty sure everywhere you go and you see a musician or a producer, a promoter, whatever, they praise you, they say hi to you. I mean, I kind of saw that a little bit of firsthand, and you know, you you really are a very very humble guy and very respected to yourself and the abilities that you do. Everybody has great respect for you, and I respect you for what you do and everything that you're doing. I am so glad I was able to meet you and know a little bit of what you're able and capable of doing. And I mean, I just can't wait to hear whatever else whatever else you put your mind to, and whoever brings you stuff to do for them. And I mean, like I said, so much success still for you. I mean, you didn't get this far just because you put one album, two albums. You've done a lot
No,
of
a
you've
lot
done
of
a lot of
work.
work, and I mean, the people that don't know, go check out the stuff, guys. Go check out Mafia stuff. Go check out David Lee Garza, the Farias, um, the names that I put, Culturas. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's so much more that you have not said, but
Mhm.
you've done work on, and people just gotta connect to what you've done, and they'll
Yeah.
understand and know what your why the respect is there. So again, Mr. Ernie, thank you so much for doing this. I am glad you're doing well, and I love watching the stuff that I'm always seeing. Oh, I'm always like, ¿a dónde va ahora?
Like Juan says, Mr. Worldwide. Oh, Juan just put in the chat. He goes, Will just moved over here. Will O'Rourke, which is Billy O'Rourke's son from David Lee. And
Wow, yes.
Will has been the drummer for Little Joe for a long time in La 45. So
Wow, nice,
Will just moved to Nashville a couple weeks ago, actually. So
nice.
yeah, a lot of people are showing up, which is great. And
I could already see all these Latinos trying to go there to try to make something, right? All the Tejanos trying to go up there. Hey, pues dicen en Nashville que pues, I could already hear
yeah,
that.
I mean, and it's cool. Like you're starting to see Latinos at a lot of places here, like the Ryman, the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, like Karin's been at the Opry already a couple times, and you're starting to see more concerts for Latinos at the Ryman, which is amazing. Like Angeles Azules were there,
Wow.
um, TPAC, which is the other performing arts center here. Intocable was here in November. La Firma, Broncos coming there next month. I mean, so there's a lot. There's a lot more concerts coming here that don't aren't playing at the smaller little clubs that they used to play at. They're actually playing in these really nice, prestigious venues here in Nashville, which didn't happen before. And that's
Yes.
just recently in the last few years, which is that for me. That's super cool to see as well.
Awesome, awesome. Like I said, Mr. Ernie, thank you for taking this time to do this. I want to say a little shout outs to everybody that put comments. Thank you so much to Raymond Dolores Nato from Cielo Azul. Thank you out there to your parents. Saludos to the Gonzales family. Ms. Norma out of Michigan. Thank you for tuning in. To my best friend, Pari Karina, I know you're recovering right now. You had surgery today, so saludos. Joliel, saludos, saludos. Our other good friend from Let's Talk Tejano, George Medina, saludos, saludos. Juan Trevino, thank you, Mr. Trevino, for tuning in. Um, to Miguel, great artist. Go check out his music as well. Miguel, saludos. Irene Mendoza, thank you for tuning in. Dan Reyes Jr., thank you. Edward finally logged in on YouTube. Saludos, Edward. Keep doing great stuff. To everybody that's on their group, I think that was you, right?
That was me. I was just saying thank you to everybody.
Rolando Cuellar, saludos, saludos. Again, I had an amazing time, Ernie. Thank you again for doing this. Can't wait to run into you again. Like, I know you're a busy guy. Uh, always, you should just buy yourself a plane already because you're always on the go, right?
That's what I told Juan this weekend. That's exactly what I told Juan. He'll tell you.
So yes, again, guys, thank you for tuning in this beautiful Thursday here at Sirius Tejano. Again, thank you guys for giving us the opportunity. Mr. Ernie, for taking the time. I know you're doing great, great stuff out there. Keep doing it. We're here to support you. Whatever you need, just reach out to us as well. We're here to play any band that you want to send us music as well. Like I said, we are a country and a Tejano station, so we're again, Ernie. I wish you luck, and I can't wait to see what you have going.
Awesome. Thank you for having me, and thank you for all the support you give, not just Alamo, but all the artists we have on the Row Records label. We truly appreciate it.
Yes, again, guys. Thank you, guys. Again, we'll see you guys next week. Mr. Ernie, you have a great night, and God bless
Thank
you
you.
and everywhere you go.
Thank you. We'll see you.
All right. Peace from Sirius Tejano.